Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is of course Mr. Wolfwise, and it does look like Nocturne's actually getting disturbingly low there. He does manage to escape to his towers. Does look like he will escape death, or Lee Sin's actually going to come in here. Will he be able to land that Q? No, he won't be. He will cut it around the tower. Lee Sin actually decided to try and track the Q, see if he can pick up an early kill, but just only going to receive 2 towers and a bit of damage. And not actually a Nocturne for T, which would have been very nice for that purple team, because blue team, sorry. So you do see that purple team are 3 kills ahead at the moment, are sitting on 7.6k to of course blue team's 5 or 6k. So that means they are about 1.7k ahead, which is really nice for them with those 3 kills, and they seem to be doing reasonably well at the moment. Anyway, let's go over the lane matchups then, shall we? So it is a Rumble versus a top lane, a TF versus a Kaleo mid, a Jace and Sona versus Corki Jana bot lane. I don't actually know exactly how that will go because I haven't done much research on Jason. I've only actually seen him really played a few times. It's very new, and it does look like Nocturne's going to go into this TF. Will they be able to get it? The Q lands, he takes a lot of damage as well as that Ignite, and he will go down to that Nocturne basically straight away. Didn't even have a chance at escaping, and that increases the lead to 4 kills, almost a 2k lead at the 6-minute mark. This game is awfully one-sided at the moment, but let's hope that blue team will be able to bring it back and make this an even epic, suspense-ridden game. We can only hope, Luke, can't we? So it does look like Aurelia has gone for those double null magic mantles, which is very interesting versus that Rumble. Obviously pretty scared of him, doesn't like his damage whatsoever. And let's see if that will be a wise idea. She does decide to jump in and farm. She is getting shut down in the farm area quite well too. Rumble does a 41 farm to, of course, Aurelia's 31. So he is doing pretty damn decently, and he's even managing to zone her off CS right now. And let's have a look at exactly how this bot lane went down. It does look like Nocturne is going to come down. Did they spot him with a ward? They did have a ward by the dragon, but they are a little bit out of position. Hail and Gale's going to go down as well as exhaust onto that Jason. Jason's going to have to use 2 disguise to jump onto that Nocturne, but Nocturne has managed to take out Sona, and now Jason's in a bad spot, decides to turn back on Corki, but does get taken up by Corki's relentless Gatling gun and machine gun and just all Warp or 2 style damage, I suppose you could call it. So it does look like they did pick up yet another 2 kills there. Looking in pretty good shape at the moment. That's a tremendous lead to have at the 7-minute mark. And now they're going to try and give this blue buff to Galio. And they're going to do exactly that. Galio's going to love that blue buff. All the while, Lee Sin's trying to go for a dive. But he is still level 4. And man, at this level, you can't really go for much of a dive here. Just not strong enough. That tower will rip you an absolute new one. It looks like Aurelia will be able to spot this Lee Sin as well, and he is in a really bad spot. She is chasing after him, does spot him. He does get a ping put down. Galio is not coming to pick him up too, and Rumble's coming down, but it looks like Lee Sin does actually want to engage Aurelia here. Not exactly the smartest idea. Ignite has been put down onto Lee Sin. Lee Sin gets DPS down. The ulti won't be enough. Will it be enough? No, it won't be. He will be able to stay up. It's really low. It looks like Rumble is going to come straight out for Bloodlow, and Napalm damage is coming down like crazy. He uses his double kill summoners to try and take out that Aurelia, but Aurelia uses flash, manages to escape, and uses that potion just to make sure of it. Nocturne is coming up now, and ooh, it looks like he's just going to go straight to that red and maybe refresh his red, and that's exactly what he's looking to do. All the while, let's have a look at how the CS is going down bot lane. Jace is looking at about 60 CS to Corki's 62, so only about 3 CS lead to that Corki has, so it's really nothing at all. So Jace is doing a good job at keeping up, even though that Corki does have 2 kills now, and that doesn't have a death or assist, just those 2 straight up kills. He's looking at that Beer Sword plus a Doran's Blade and Boots, so here's in a really tough, rough, sort of a good spot compared with this Jace's second Boots and double Dorans. And it does look like Corki is going for this little more later game, which is a pretty decent idea. He is going to get off quite a bit of damage, and Hell and Gale's going to come down too, putting Jason in a really rough spot. He does use that knockback, but Aurelia, sorry, Jana is going to use a Monsoon to put him into range, but he does leap straight to Jana. Valkyrie forward, the Jace is getting really low, does get taken up by Corki's amazing damage there, and he also manages to back out, all the while some crazy shenanigans happening in mid lane, it looks like, oh wait, top lane I should say, and mid lane. So Rumble's in a bad spot. Aurelia's going to jump straight onto him. The Q's going to land from Nocturne. He's going to follow up that Fear, and the Fear's going to send him in the No, well, not really the right position, but still good enough position, and Aurelia's going to pick that up instead of semi-sloppy fashion, but still, with his autos managing to pick that up all the while. Does look like something. Where is the rest of it? There you go, there's a kill down that happened on bot lane. Oh, there was actually a teleport up top lane. I completely missed that, completely oblivious to what exactly went down there. So it does look like TF is going to pop his ult. Where's his ult? There you go, his ult is going to teleport right to Aurelia, use that gold card and put her in a really bad spot as well as the ignite. Aurelia's going to change back with a lot of damage. It actually DPS him down really far, and that minion damage is going to be enough to take him out. An amazing amount of relentless, just absolute carnage from that Aurelia. Manages to pick her up a kill even when she's on really low, and all the while they're going to pick up yet another kill bot with that amazing Nocturne ult coming forward with that, of course, Galio, and managing to increase their lead to a 10 kill lead to, of course, one death on their side, one death going down onto, of course, Aurelia, and they are looking in absolute tremendous shape at the moment, about 4.4k gold and ahead, and that is quite a lot. You could see at the 9, almost 10 minute mark to have that much lead. That is absolutely horrendous. They are looking at almost a 50% gold lead already, and they are looking in really good shape. And purple team's going to have to pull something, sorry, blue team's going to have to pull something really out of their hat here. It's going to have to pull something out really special if they want to actually bring this game back into their own favor, because at the moment, whatever they're doing is really not working, and this purple team are looking in really good shape to go into this mid game. And once they do, man, once they do, it could be absolute curtains for this blue team. Does look like Nocturne is following this Lee Sin. He's going to check a ward down to that bush to see whether he's taking that blue. He's not going to. Rumble's going to come down and possibly help him. He is really wanting to make a move on this blue, but TF is staying in lane versus this Galio. I'm surprised they wouldn't just come up and collapse on their Nocturne there. That seemed like a good opportunity for, but Lee Sin will be spotted by this Nocturne, and he's in no good shape to find him. Fear coming out as well, and a huge amount of damage to this Nocturne. He's just slicing away, and Lee Sin is going to go down. He's going to pick up yet another kill, and now he's just going to make a move onto that blue buff, an easy blue buff for him. He's going to be extremely happy about that, and that Galio is going to get yet another blue buff. Jace moving mid lane to maybe try and make something happen, but nothing is really going to go down. Galio coming from the side, he could possibly get a little bit of damage off to that TF, but he chooses not to, chooses to farm the lane, which is perfectly fine too. Nocturne just going to return to his jungle now after taking those, of course, wolves from Lee Sin. Just doing all the counter jungling he can, taking all the advantages he can, and he's doing a bloody good job at doing that too. 5k lead now for purple team, so that is in a solid spot, and does look like Corky did manage to take a CS lead because Jace, of course, left the lane. It's only a 10 CS lead, but still, they put them in a really rough position where Jace and Sona can't really come into lane. They could just zone them all day. I'm surprised to see this Corky actually pushing here. You think that he'd just want to freeze the lane and make them lose as much CS as possible. He's decided to push instead. Jace is going to be able to farm up all this CS, but he's just going to lose quite a bit of gold because of that. I mean, quite a bit of health because of that. And all the while, it looks like Aurelia did manage to jump onto this Rumble. Let's check out exactly how this started. It looks like it started down bot lane with Rumble actually using his ult and chasing after that Aurelia, doing a little bit of decent amount of damage to him. Of course, she's just going to wait for the overheat to run out. Immediately, exhaust being put down on her, but she's still going to be able to juke away as well as ignite those double kill summoners. She does pull him away a little bit, uses that ignite on him herself, and she's going to wait for her cooldowns, and then he goes straight back onto it. Watch this. As soon as he pops his head out there, and boom, she goes straight onto him, chops him up into little Swiss pieces, and manages to pick up a kill, as well as actually backing out there with her life, pushing up that CS lane, and then just going to return with all the delicious gold that she owns. She is sitting on about 800 gold, 3,400 gold, 500 gold entirely, but TF has actually got something to say again. Yet another coming in for a gank, but she will be able to take him out for the second time, trading those deaths there. At TF, man, he just should be a little bit more intimidated from this. Of course, Aurelia, he does manage to pick up a kill there, but of course sacrifices himself for that, and Aurelia is going to be happy about that. She did manage to pick off a TF ult as well. Does look like Lee Sin tried to get a gank on this top lane. Valkyrie coming forward, does manage to dodge the crescendo there with some amazing reflexes. Galio coming in from behind. Look, does he have? Oh, he does have ult and flash. He is going to come in. That Lee Sin is going to be at a bad spot. Ult coming down, catching that Lee Sin. They're going to do a huge, tremendous amount of damage to that Lee Sin. And Lee Sin just goes down, Nocturne jumping over the ult, and going to be able to take off that Sona too. Jace decided to chase after, but here's it's Monsoon coming out to save that Nocturne. Probably not really necessary. You'd think that shield would have been enough, and they could have picked up that Jace, but decided to take that safe safe route nonetheless, and picking up a kill for themselves. So they're going to be happy about that, and it looks like they're going to push this, maybe push this to a tower, or they're going to keep this tower up. It probably would be a smart idea to keep this tower up, which they are going to do, just so they can sort of push their dominance in lane a little bit longer. It doesn't look like Purple Team's going for the before 20 minutes kill here. Not going to take that Nexus before the 20 minutes have gone down. They're just going to bide their time. They're quite happy to keep on pushing their advantage, keep on taking this gold lead, and be in really, really good shape. And they are in really, really good shape. As you can see, they're about 13k, what am I saying, 13k? Yeah, they're 13k ahead. No, they're about 7k ahead at the almost 40-minute mark. 7k ahead is a huge amount. And as you can see, it's really showing on the items that Aurelia has managed to pick up a Wit's End. Now, still has a double magic, null magic mantles. And to of course Rumble's not really got all that much. He's got the double amplifier tome, the blasting one, so he's going for that hex stick revolver, it looks like. And all the while there was a kill that went down here. Looks like they did find Lee Sin at his red, and they will just do a little bit of damage to Lee Sin Nash to pick up that red, but he's going to swing around and he's going to land that Q onto that. He decides to go back in with this. He decides to go on a Nocturne. Not a smart idea. You just got to get nommed all day, and that Janna coming in with a shield to make sure nothing was going to happen to their precious little Nocturne, and nothing did happen apart from getting a nice little assist and being able to take that Lee Sin's gold and give them even further over an advantage here. Blue Team not looking in good shape. 2 kills to 16 in favor of Purple Team at the moment. That's not really what they want to do here. This Aurelia is just showing her dominance by farming actually up in front of the tower, and all the while that looked like there was yet another kill, just yet another one that happened down here. Janna's going to come down and stop that recall with that Tornado, and Valkyrie coming forward. Jason's assigned to actually engage on that Corki, but Corki managed to flash away. Ignite exhaust being put down by Janna. They're going to easily be able to pick up themselves yet another kill. Seems those nerfs to Janna weren't exactly all that potent, and particularly this game, because she is doing an absolute overdrive of killing and doing a tremendous job at keeping this Corki well farmed and well ahead. So I'm going to look at Corki's buy. He just decided to go for the Black Cleaver first, and now he's going to be able to back with it. Looks like 800 gold, so he's going to be able to pick something nice up with that. See what he decided to buy. It's probably a good idea to go for a Zeal now, so let's see if he starts building a Zeal. TF is using his ult low, and I should be focusing on exactly what happened down there. It looks like Aurelia was a little bit caught out. Lee Sin coming around to decides to dive back onto his Rumble, doing quite a bit of damage, but of course she will actually try to run away, and here's Lee Sin to catch her, and now she's in a bad spot. TF teleporting in too to seal the deal. Gold card is going to put that stun down and make sure that she has no chance of escaping. Nocturne actually decided to engage on this Rumble. He's also immediately being put on him, and he's in a really bad spot. He's not all that fit, and he will go down. Immediately you see Blue Team managed to take another 2 kills, and that's going to increase their kill count to about 4, which is really the only actual advantage kill they've had all game. The only real good play that they've had that's worked out all that well in their favor all game. So it's good to see that hopefully they can take this tiny bit of an advantage and really push it forward and win this game. We can all hope that they manage to do that. It's looking pretty unlikely, to be honest, and it does look like Sona is sitting in the fountain. I hope she isn't actually DC'd. It is very possible she's just decided to rage quit. We will give her the benefit of the doubt, but it's going on for longer and longer and longer, and it is looking like she has actually just DC'd, or rage quit, which either way, it's just a bad thing to see. I don't actually know. Right, she's leaving the fountain. She's leaving the fountain. It's all okay. Okay, she was obviously not rage quitting or anything, so that's perfectly okay. I misspoke, and it doesn't look like they did manage to claim a mid tower as well, increasing their tower lead to 2. They've only got 2 towers so far, which is very surprising for how much lead they've had. I'm surprised that they haven't actually decided to push forward their sort of tower advantage even more and just push more and more towers down, but they're deciding to not actually do that. And it does look like Galio and Lee Sin having a bit of a duke out, but here is Nocturne. He will use that kick and bounce that Galio right into that Nocturne and stop them from being able to engage in any way. He's just going to leap all over the place, farm up as best as possible, and be the little kung fu monk that he naturally is. All the while, Nocturne is managing to take their blue buff, and he is getting pinged to back actually, but he will be able to take that and back out without any trouble. He's going to also put a ward down there to cover his retreat. It does look like he wasn't actually being pinged back. It was was Rumble to be being pinged to back, of course, because they were scared that Nocturne was going up for a gank. I did misread that and basically say that. Aurelia deciding to push down this tower now, which is a pretty decent decision. They can really sort of push their global gold advantage. I mean, when you have such a huge advantage, you might as well just keep on pushing down these towers and get to the point where you are bloody Superman. And there is absolutely no kryptonite in sight. Rumble is going to come up to lane and try to do something about this Aurelia, but Aurelia is going to jump straight onto him and do quite a bit of damage. He's going to use that ult as well as that Ignite, and that Napalm is going to be coming down, and she's actually going to get surprisingly low. She's going to decide to stand fight. Rumble gets very, very low. She uses that shield, but he will go down, and Aurelia managing to escape on a very, very, very low amount of health. Nocturne was coming up, the TF is coming up. They're actually waiting for that, banning that out, and here comes Nocturne. Will they be able to keep that Aurelia alive? It gets very low, and they will be able to do a beautiful bait. They were just waiting for that. Oh, that's the third time that TF has done that. They knew exactly what was going to go down, and that Nocturne and that Aurelia were perfectly in position to, of course, counter that and say, hey, I've got buddies, we have CC, and you are now officially one dead man. Nocturne will be taking you to the afterlife. It does look like Janna is actually just taunting that Lee Sin. They have given up a little bit on hope here, and Kelly is going to chuck that Q out too. Look at that Janna. She's doing a bit of self-advertisement there. You can phone up her hotline, apparently. She didn't give us a number, which is a bit unfortunate for all you guys out there. But, of course, Crescendo was used to just try and delay them taking that tower, but they know there's nothing they can really do now. So they asked for, you see me giving up hope. It does look like it was a bit of anonymous, a lot of us giving up on hope. They all decided, hey, listen, guys, we are so far behind. We have 4 kills to their 19. And no towers, and they've got huge amounts of gold lead. Let's just give up. Let's just let them push up base and have another game, which I think is perfectly fine personally. I mean, if everyone on your team decides that, hey, you know, it's not worth playing this game, then I think this is a perfectly fine idea, perfectly considerable, civil, and good thing to do. And that will be GG right there. So they're just going to take these towers, take that Nexus, and Purple Team will be able to win this game, unsurprisingly, from the start, from the incredible advantage that they had. It looks like they're going to be duking them out a little bit there. They are just going to be able to use their Galio. I'll pick a few of them off, actually. Corky managed to pick up that Sona just because he's got such huge amounts of damage. But anyway, my name has been, of course, Mr. Wolfwise. I hope you guys enjoyed this cast of League of Legends, this game of League of Legends. It was very one-sided, but unfortunately, actually, it does look like they're going for a bit of engagement. It did manage to kick that Janna into this fountain, actually shutting her up, shutting her Lu gloating up. All of a sudden, you are dead and full of lasers. But that has, of course, inevitably going to be GG. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to leave some feedback, any sort of comments or anything like that, that help me improve, by all means do. I read them all, and I've been getting quite a bit of feedback lately, and I've been greatly appreciating them, trying to sort of learn from them and use them as best as possible. So, of course, again, for the third time, I think, my name's been Mr. Wolfeye. Thank you guys for watching. Have a lovely day, and take it easy.